Gaerdydd might be one of Europe's smallest capital cities, but it definitely punches above its weight. In just a few steps, you can go from a world-class stadium to a stunning castle, an art gallery, a museum, and some of Wales's best live music venues and restaurants.
At the heart of it all stands Castell Gaerdydd, a place that tells the story of the city itself. It started life as a Roman fort, became a Norman stronghold with that dramatic medieval keep that you can still climb today, and later transformed into a Victorian Gothic masterpiece under the Marquis of Bute, once the richest man in the world. And if you look along the walls, you'll spot the stone animals peering down, a quirky reminder that Cardiff has never taken itself too seriously.
Martha ag Oscar, di enw rhein. Whether you're here for a big match, a gig, or just a little bit of exploring, Gaerdydd has got it all. But if you only had 48 hours to spend here, here's what I'd recommend doing.
A short walk from the centre of town is one of the bougiest areas of Cardiff, Pontcanna. Full of coffee shops and boutiques, it's definitely worth a visit, and one of my favourite spots is Canna Deli.
Hiya Tom,
Hiya, da iawn, ti'n alright?
Dwi'n iawn, diolch ni
Da iawn, a ti ffell?
So dyn ni yn dy gallu di yma Canna Deli, sy'n ganol Pontcanna. So ti'n bod yn berchen fan hyn ers 3 mlynedd, do?
Do, 3 mlynedd. Dwi wedi bod yn gweithio yma o 9 mlynedd.
Be sy'ch chi'n dweud sy'n arbennig am yr ardal pam sy'n licio fan hyn gymaint?
Y gair swn i'n disgrifio Pontcanna ydy, mae yna vibe yma. Mae'n le bywio, mae gen ti lot fawr o gwmnioedd gwahanol yn enwedig rhai annibynnol, a mae hynny'n beth eitha braf, a dwi'n meddwl mae hynny'n denu dipyn o bobl yma hefyd.
Fel loads o fwyd amazing tu olch ti fan hyn. Os yw rhywun yn dod i Canna Deli am y tro cyntaf, beth sy'ch chi'n dweud i'r peth gorau i drio?
Mae hon yn ffefryn gennai a lot fawr o bobl. Cacen, chocolate a Guinness.
Nice.
Dwi'n gwybod. Dwi wedi blasu lot o bethau melys y gennym ni, ond mae hwnna dal ar y top gennym fi, dda.
Lovely. Pan ddaw 6 glad, fe'n mynd am hwnna. A wedyn peint o Guinness.
A wedyn peint o Guinness,
dda. Double am i. A wedyn dwi'n gweld fan hyn, mae gennych chi lot o gynnyrch lleol, bych chi'n cynnig.
Hogan o'r gogledd dwi, a dwi'n gydadyniol yn trio hybu gymaint o gwmnioedd o'r gogledd. Dwi'n gallu hefyd lle rhoi platform iddyn nhw lawr yma yn y de hefyd. So da ni'n agosau at y cyfnod Nadolig gwan, so fe gen i siop hampers dwi'n gobeithio tu fewn yn y deli yma. A dyn, mae'n gyfle da i rywun gael anrheg llawn cynnyrch Cymraeg.
So os fydd yna rhywun yn dod i Gaerdydd am y tro cyntaf, so ti'n gorfod dewis 3 lle ddeithio nhw, mae rhaid chdi fynd.
O, iawn, oce. O ran bwyd, dwi'n argymell paralel. Marchnad Caerdydd, dwi wrth y modd yn mynd rownd y farchnad, gyda lot o gynnyrch lleol yna hefyd sy'n gret. A o ran tafarn, dwi'n byw yn Grangetown, so y Grange fan ydy'n locally beth bynnag, fan ydy dim ffindio fi ar nos Sadwrn beth bynnag.
A short walk down from Canna Deli is the first Michelin-starred restaurant in Cardiff. Local to South Wales, the head chef, Tom Waters, secured the star only 8 months after opening the doors to Gors. We had the 7-course taster menu at Gors, and each plate was absolutely sensational. I highly recommend this restaurant if you're looking for a luxurious experience or if you're celebrating a special occasion.
Further along Pontcanna Street is Kitty, and it's recently been voted the best boutique in the UK, so you'll definitely want to pop in to see what Gwenno has in store. Gwenno, ti'n okay?
Hiya Martha, and da iawn, diolch, a chdi?
Dwi'n iawn, diolch. So you've been running this beautiful store, Kitty, for about 10 years now, is it?
It is, yeah, we're celebrating 10 years this year.
Amazing, exciting. So what would you say is so special about Pontcanna as an area, and why do you think people should visit?
Oh my gosh, there are so many reasons. It is an incredibly beautiful area, especially at this time of year, in the autumn. It is chock-a-block with independent small businesses. If you look at Pontcanna High Street, which we're on, we are back to back with other independent businesses. It's also a thriving Welsh-speaking community, which for me is really, really important, being a Welsh speaker. So we're very, very lucky.
So I'm sure one of the best things about running a store is having so many people come through the door and you can talk to a lot of different people. So do you find that people come sort of to visit Cardiff because of Kitty? Is it sort of a destination by now?
Well, do you know what? I think it is becoming a destination. Just yesterday, we had two really lovely ladies. They'd come from Birmingham. One of them was celebrating her birthday. She'd lost 6 stone in 4 years. She wanted to buy her first outfit here at Kitty. They decided to stay the evening. They then went out for a meal in Cardiff. So it's definitely becoming a destination, and it's so nice to know that through Kitty we are also supporting other independent businesses here in the city.
Amazing, great. Is there a sense of community between the businesses, do you say, in Pontcanna?
Oh my gosh, we are all here supporting each other. You know, without each other, it wouldn't be a destination.
Yeah.
It's so important to have a whole collective of different types of independent businesses, which hopefully we now do.
Gorau'n gynas am there. Oh my gosh! Dwi'n lyfio'r shapes.
Gorgeous.
Nice. Edrych oedd fi'n picture yn Pontcanna fan dydw. Joio.
From Pontcanna, you can also take a stroll through one of our gorgeous parks, particularly pretty in autumn.
Cardiff is known as the City of the Arcades, home to 7 Victorian shopping arcades which offer a unique alternative to the high street experience. Here you'll find over 100 independent shops, so you can get your fix of vintage shops, cosy cafes and art shops.
Morgan Arcade is home to a true Cardiff institution, Spillers Records.
Oh, class album.
First opening its doors in 1894, it's the oldest record shop in the world.
Dwi'n meddwl ella fi nath dynnu hwnna. Dwi'n eisiau dweud celwydd, ond I think it might have been my Polaroid, so dyna claim to fame. Cardiff Market has been trading since the 1700s, and it used to be a farmers market selling livestock and local produce, but the Victorian market that we know today here in the city centre has been open since 1891. And it's my favourite lunch spot in the city. Pizza gorau Cymru, hands down. Back in 2019, Cardiff set out to make music part of the city's heartbeat by launching the Cardiff Music Strategy.
Fast forward to today, and every autumn, the Cardiff Music City Festival brings that vision to life, uniting the Welsh Music Prize, Sy'n Festival and Llais in one huge celebration of sound and culture. Sy'n Festival happens right here on Womanby Street, the beating heart of Cardiff's nightlife. You can't go on a night out or catch a gig without ending up here. The city's famous for its independent venues, and one of the most iconic is Clwb Ifor Bach. Let's head inside to meet Ellen Evans, a Cardiff-based music promoter, artist manager and presenter.
Disgyn lawr. So beth sy'n gwneud llefydd fel clwb a llywadau ar Stryd Womanby mor special I artistiaid a fans music?
Fi'n meddwl mae fel Womanby Street erbyn hyn yw fel the one-stop shop ar gyfer music, bands yng Nghaerdydd. Mae da fe'r hanes yma o fod yn lle really creadigol, a lot o bands yn dod I ware yma, a wedyn mae gen ti'r band special yna sy'n dechrau fan hyn, a wedyn sy'n mynd ymlaen I ware stadiums neu arenas rownd y byd, a mae gyrfaoedd nhw wedi cychwyn mewn lleoliadau fel hyn.
So ti'n gwrdd deithio pobl pa ddigwyddiadau yn Gaerdydd a gwyliau yn Gaerdydd I roed ar y calendars, pa rai sy'n ti'n dweud?
I mean, mae rai amlwg fel Tafwyl sydd wedi tyfu o fod yn oil mewn maes parcio. Byn hyn mae fe'n oil, mae'n staple o calendar cerddoriaeth Cymru, ti'n gwybod? Mae fe'n destination I bands ac I bobl gallu llwyr ymgolli I hun mewn cerddoriaeth Cymraeg yn y diwylliant. Un gweil arall hefyd yw Sy'n Festival, mae hwnna'n oil sydd wedi tyfu loads dros y blynydde. A mae e nawr yn fel un o'r digwyddiadau pwysica Cymru, sy'n ni'n gweud, ar gyfer bandiau newydd. Mae fe'n showcase, really unigryw. Mae yna loads of bands, loads of artistiaid, kind of tea, oedd yn amazing. Mae music really da. Cos beth sy'n unigryw fi'n credu yn yr sy'n gerddoriaeth Caerdydd yw mae yn agored, mae yn supportive iawn, a fi'n cael hwnna'n really unigryw am sy'n Caerdydd. A gobeithio ta hir oes ydw fe, gobeithio wneud e'n parhau dyfu a parhau lwyddo.
Lovely. Diolch.
Barod, pen i'n gwneud gyntaf?
Just normal, I don't know.
Okay, just normal.
Yeah. Tafod. Serious.
Serious, okay. Cute.
Yeah.
Nice. Fi caru clwb.
I know, good men's yn fan hyn.
Hanner bws. Pies.
But then serious face not doing me well there.
Fi eisiau ddim yn edrych yn serious, fi'n kind of confused.
And that's the end of day one. A bit of sightseeing in the castle, shopping and eating in Pontcanna, and rounding the night off on Womanby Street. But what to do for day two? I think we may need to get active. Cardiff has always been known for being a sporting city. Whether it's rugby or football or cricket, there's plenty of opportunity to visit Cardiff. But recently, Cardiff has been the first city to immortalise a female football player in a full-sized art pitch in the heart of the city, honouring Welsh superstar and Cardiff born and raised Jess Fishlock, following the women's national team's first Euros. The creative studio who created the pitch artwork, also behind many of the colourful murals you'll see around the city, are Unify. And we're meeting Yusuf from the studio at one of his favourite murals in the city centre.
So Yusuf, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So you run Unify, the creative studio. Can you tell me a bit about the studio and how it came about?
Studio came about as a bit of banter between two friends.
Yeah.
You know, me and my partner Shoki were very creative people, and we started with a project called My City, My Shirt, where we wanted to use a football shirt to show the diversity within Cardiff that naturally exists. Yeah. And that project was like really well received. From that project, we decided to make murals from that project. And the very first one was in Cardiff Bay, and it was just like a domino effect because like it was so well received that we just felt inclined to do more.
Class. And then we're stood right beside one of these murals now. So you did this one in 2023, was it? So can you tell me a bit about this project?
Yeah, so we were approached by Cardiff City Council. They had a safer street scheme to make, you know, streets and walkways just a little bit more friendly and safe. So we were given this underpass, and it was based on a theme of music and women. So what we did was design something that incorporates both women and music, because Cardiff is quite a musical city, a lot of heritage when it comes to music. So we infused both and made it really bright and got the lights changed, and the transformation was just like incredible. Yeah. Like I've always thought as a kid, because I was born and raised here in Cardiff, right? A lot of the scenery on the environment prior to these murals didn't really explain like the magic of the city. Cardiff has like a lot of history, a lot of heritage, right? It's very diverse, one of the oldest black communities in the entire UK. And none of that was really communicated, and I felt like art has the power to communicate these things, to tell stories. And I always thought, if as someone comes to visit Cardiff, right, these art pieces can kind of tell them a little bit about the city without them actually needing to research about it. And like with a lot of our projects, we go into schools. So like, for example, the Jess Fishlock's project, we went into 3 local schools, right? Yeah. And we got the kids to design their own court. And I just felt like some of these kids are gonna have like far superior ideas to what we're doing. Like honestly, once you just put that little seed in their head, like, I'm so optimistic for the future, like, because like the kids are going to see this and they think, oh, okay, we can do something even bigger and better.
How are we going to top it? Yeah.
So the underpass has like, you know, several different portraits. This is my favorite one. Yeah. It's a cross between Beyonce and Shirley Bassey. Wow. Ideally, we wanted it to be Shirley Bassey because Shirley Bassey's from Bhutan. Yeah. Or Splot, technically.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, technically. Oh. But she has a song called A Girl from Tiger Bay. So we wanted to incorporate her in it. Yeah. And it's a very loose representation.
If you prefer to take part in sport rather than watching, why not try whitewater rafting? This activity isn't for the faint-hearted, but if you're looking for an adrenaline-filled afternoon, definitely book yourself in. just be warned, you will get soaking wet.
A short walk or a cycle from the Whitewater Centre or the city centre brings you here to Bay Gaerdydd. The bay was once the beating heart of the world's coal trade, and now it's one of Europe's most successful waterfront redevelopments. This whole area covers more than 4 square miles of redeveloped docklands, a place where old industry has given way to culture, creativity and amazing food. Here you'll find some of Cymru's most iconic landmarks, the Wales Millennium Centre, home of the arts, the Senedd where Wales's future is shaped, and the Pierhead building, built in 1897. It was once the home of the Bute Dock Company.
Got all that on camera.
And here at the centre is Roald Dahl Blas, the bay's open-air stage, named after Cardiff's most famous storyteller. If it looks familiar, it's probably because you've seen it on screen. The bay has starred in everything from Doctor Who to Torchwood, and popular series Casualty and Pobl y Cwm are still filmed here at Rothlock Studios. If you'd prefer to see Bay Gaerdydd from the water, you could hop on a boat tour to hear the stories of the bay, or you could take the boat upriver to Bute Park and the city centre. Oh, and here's a fun fact. The world's first £1 million cheque was signed right here at the Coal Exchange, back when Cardiff's docks powered the world. A trip to Cardiff wouldn't be complete without visiting a cosy pub, and because this was Tom from Canadelli's favourite, I've decided to visit the Grange. Gaerdydd. Oh no, wait.
Take the time with you.
I had the perfect 48 hours in Cardiff, and if you're looking to plan a trip, here's a rundown of what I got up to so you can add these to your itinerary. A visit to the stunning Cardiff Castle, exploring the independent businesses of Pontcanna, a stroll through Thompson's Park, visiting the oldest record shop in the world in Morgan Arcade, a tasty lunch stop at Cardiff Market, a wander down Cardiff's music hotspot Womanby Street, taking in one of Unify's amazing murals, getting soaking wet at the Whitewater Centre, taking a trip down to Cardiff Bay, and of course finishing it all off at one of the cosiest pubs in Cardiff.
Gaerdydd.